Hello, this week in this video you are going to learn about creating a blog front-end part. Here this is a blog front-end. This index.php displaying article image and article title, content, comments, read more link and posted on time and the author name. These are the list of articles from post table, and these are all the articles, around 5 articles on this page. And next page we have the remaining articles. I am displaying remaining articles, and here it is HTML category page, and these are the categories, and these are from categories table, and these are the widgets, search widget, categories, recent articles, pages, and this is a page, HTML widgets. These are all can added from admin area, and you are not going to learn about admin area in this 1 hour video. If you want to learn about admin section and entire course, you can check out the complete course. It's around 12 hours, and here it's a single article page with the clean URLs, and you are not going to learn about clean URLs, and the user should be logged into post comments, and this is admin user and editor user, highlighting all this. And here I log in as a subscriber, so subscriber can post the comments. I'm logging in as a subscriber, and this login part also it's not covered in this video. Here you can see instead of a log it's displaying the user logged in information. Now I am on single article page. Now this logged in user can submit the comments. New comment by subscriber. If you want to check out the entire course video, just go to the end of this video. You can see the complete demo. Comments submitted successfully. And this video covers only the front-end blog part, not the complete course. If you want to learn about complete course, it's around 12 hours content. Check out the link in description. Hello, this week in this section I am going to work on front-end, that is on blog home page, blog category and blog post page, all these pages. And I am going to close all these files. I'll open blog homepage and I'll rename it as index.php. Only just these 3 files, blog home, and I'm going to rename it from git command line, git command, so that instead of showing it as deleted and created new file, it will show it as renamed or moved file. I am going to git command. I am going to terminal and git move blog home.php to index.php. Index.php. And it's renamed. If you see it in here, it's renamed. I am closing this file. Don't save. And if you see the icon, it's renamed. And I am going to combine these 2 PHP blocks into a single PHP block so that we can add a database connection and select SQL query. I am going to select all the posts from database post table, view articles. This is a select query I am going to use. Select star from posts and fetchall command. I am going to indent these statements, and instead of phrase I am going to assign this to post as post in for each loop. I am going to move this for each loop here. Right after this h1, this div block, I am going to loop this div block, and the number of articles will be displayed in this div block based on this for each loop. And I am going to close this for each loop here. That's it. Next I am going to convert this res as posts, because these are multiple posts from database table, post database table, and post as post. And I am going to display all this information here. PHP blog, echo, post title, echo post content, and we should add a read more link and the featured image. Post title, post content, and the created timestamp. Here we should add the single.php link and the ID, post ID. Next one is the created timestamp, created or updated. Whatever we want to use, we can use. And we can add a logic like if created and updated are same timestamps, show created, or if the updated timestamp is greater than created, we can display updated. Here I am deleting all this blog posts we don't need because it's a for each loop. It will loop through this post array and display the number of articles based on the records exist in post table. Here I am opening a index.php, that is blog frontend page, undefined variable dp. I did the mistake that I forgot to add the database connection. I am copying this statement, pasting it here, and I am correcting this path. It's in root directory. Root directory includes, so I have removed 2 dots. Now you can see it's a test update article. That's the only article we have in database. It's displaying correctly, and I am updating these headings. Blog home, and I am removing this as small tag. I am removing this small text, and if I reload, you can see blog home and this article. Next I am going to work on single.php and category pages. I am going to work on blog navigation, that is a menu inside frontend, that is a navigation.php. Here I am going to loop through the categories table and add this categories to navigation. Here this is a header and a navigation. I am going to add a PHP block here. And select query to fetch all the categories from categories table. Select star from categories. And assigning this to a result. For each loop, result as a cat or category. I'll use a short form cat. And I am going to close this for each loop. After this closing li tag, I am going to add an anchor link to category.php page with the ID, and the category title will be displayed in place of about, that is in between anchor tags. Category.php ID equals to PHP block cat ID, echo cat ID. Cat ID, and here in place of about, it's cat title, variable cat title, that is for category title. Okay. If I reload, nothing is displaying because I forgot to use echo statements. Select star from categories. I forgot to update the table name also. Echo title and echo ID. That's it. If I reload, you should see these categories. Category 1 updated and category 2 with the anchor links. Now I am going to work on this category page later, and also single page, single article page. I am removing this services menu. I am going to work on displaying a blog image in index.php. We already have written all this code. Just I have to add a simple if block. If post pic is set and not empty, I am going to echo post pic, or else we'll display this placeholder image. That's it. If is set is not required, I think we can check directly post pic. Anyway, I am going to check this is set also. Is set post pic and not empty. Post pic, then echo. I am breaking this if block so that we can use this image tag here, and I am going to update this source attribute, that is with a post pic. If this image is set or not empty, inside this image tag I am going to add a path of the image, this article's image, in source attribute, else it's a placeholder image, this image tag. That's it. I am going to copy it again, paste it here. Second block is same as this, and the first block will be here source attribute. I am going to open a PHP block, echo post pic. Okay, now if I reload, I am going to check the column name of the post table. If I reload, it will be this placeholder image because I haven't uploaded the image for this articles. After uploading the image, it will work. I am going to work on a single article page, that is blog post.php. I am going to rename this file as a single.php. Here I am opening this blog post.php. We have an error on blog post.php, that is a database connection. I am going to add the database connection, and I am going to paste it here, and I am going to convert this into single PHP block instead of two blocks. And if I reload, I should see this page. This is a blog post page for displaying single articles. I am going to convert this as a single.php. I am renaming this file from git, so I am doing it in a command line terminal, git mv blog post and a single.php. If you see, it's renamed. Here it's renamed into single.php. I am going to close this file without saving. Don't save. And I will open single.php, and I am going to work on this single.php. And we already did the query in edit article page. I am going to reuse query from edit article page for fetching a single article. This is a query. Pasting it here right after the navigation, and I am going to echo these values here in h1 tag. It's a title, post title, echo post title, posted on created timestamp, or we can use updated also. If there is a updated time that is different than created, we can use updated, and displays its content. I am going to create a div with the class content. PHP echo post content, and we'll see these comments later. And we need to display the user ID and also the image. Here we have already added this image code. If is set pic and not empty, then will display the pic, or else will display this placeholder image. And the placeholder image class is different, and also the image size is different. I am going to update this for else block, and the image size is 900 by 300 in place of 750. And we don't need this alt attribute for alternative text. You can add it dynamically, but I'm not using any alternative text. We can add a post title in alternative text also. Here I am on index page, and if I click on read more button, it's redirected to single.php. Here is a single.php article, and next I am going to fetch the user details with a select query, select star from users, where id equals to anonymous placeholder, and post UID. I am going to pass post UID based on the post user ID. I am going to fetch the username or first name, last name, all those details. Here I am fetching all the records for that ID. You can limit the columns that we want to fetch. User result, DB prepare, SQL, that is user SQL. User result, execute, array, post UID. User result, fetch, PDO, fetch associative. In place of here, I am going to add a PHP echo username here after the title and by username. Here I am going to add a if condition, that is if name and lname exists and not empty, then I am going to display fname concatenated with a space and lname. Otherwise, in else block I am going to display username. If fname or lname doesn't exist, I am going to display username. If both of those is set, I am going to display fname concatenated with a space and lname. Here I am going to add that logic. Is set and not empty. Is set user fname or is set lname user lname and not empty fname or not empty lname. Not empty user fname or not empty user lname echo or not empty user lname echo user fname concatenated with a space user lname. That's it. If I reload, we should see the username or first name concatenated with the last name. Here it's a username, and I am going to add the anchor link here, that is the user post.php id equals to id. Post UID, or it's a user ID. You can use both, any of these. I am going to create this user post page later. I am going to work on a sidebar, that is displaying widgets in a sidebar of our blog front end, home and a single category pages. We haven't worked on category, we'll work on it later. But for now I am going to display these sidebars in index.php and single.php. And here I have converted this as a template file, reusable template file. I am going to do it now. Here this is the opening div tag for a sidebar widgets, and this is a closing tag. I am going to move this into a separate reusable template files under includes. I'll name it as a sidebar.php. I am just moving this code. We'll create a new file in includes sidebar.php, and I am going to add the PHP code in this file. I am going to indent this file. Next, I'll include this file. I am copying this statement, footer statement. I'll update it as sidebar. That's it. I am going to do the same thing in single.php. Just have to paste this statement after removing the sidebar code. This is the opening div tag, and this is a closing div tag. I'll select this and deleting it together. I am copying and pasting this footer PHP block include line and converting it as a sidebar. That's it. Now this should work. If I reload, this sidebar should be displayed in index.php and single.php. Next I am going to work on sidebar.php to display these widgets. I am going to do the select SQL query, and the type equals to search for the first block, and if the count equals to 1, I'll display this search bar. And for categories also it's the same. I am going to search, I am going to do the select query where type equals to categories. If the count returns 1, we'll display these categories. I am reusing the code from single.php. Select star from widgets where type equals to search. Okay. Widget SQL or a search SQL. Search result here, and we don't need this array get id. We need the count. For that I am going to use the row count method. Widget count, search result, row count. If widget count double equals to 1, then we'll display this block, or else we won't display. If this condition meets, then only we'll display this search block. Next, the same for the categories and same for 2 other blocks. If I reload, we don't have anchor link for this block. I am going to update it without further delaying. And here I am going to update it as index.php. So whenever we want to reload the page, we can just click on this page. Just click on this link. Okay. Coming back to sidebar.php. I am going to paste it here. After reloading the page, this search bar doesn't appear because we don't have a search bar. We only have a HTML widget. That's the only thing that will be displayed. While working on widgets, I have created only HTML widget, inserted into widgets table, and select star from widget where type equals to search, and it's a categories where type equals to categories. If the count equals to 1, then I am going to select the categories from categories table. cat SQL, cat result, and we don't need this ID to execute method, and cat res categories or cat res categories or cat res, whatever want we can use. And I'm going to loop through this cat res with a for each loop. I'm removing this other call LG6 block. I'm going to use the first block to display these categories. For each cat res as cat, and I'm going to close this for each loop after closing li tag. Cat res as cat. Okay, right after this li block, we don't need these other two li's. The first li will be repeated based on the number of items in cat res array. Echo cat title. ID will be added in href tag, and here we'll use title. Here it will be title, and I'm going to copy this PHP block, paste it in place of here. Category.php question mark ID equals to we haven't worked on category.php. We'll work on it later. PHP echo cat ID. That's it. And same code I am going to repeat it for this one, for HTML widget. Copying this code, pasting it here. I should update this type. We just need the first select SQL query. We don't need the second one, that is a select star from categories, where type equals to HTML, order by widget order. That is, if we have multiple HTML widgets, we'll order by widget order. HTML widget SQL. Here I am updating these variables. HTML widget result. HTML widget res. HTML res. For each HTML res as HTML widget. Here I am closing this for each loop, and I am going to display this widget title here in place of h5 tag. Echo HTML res, HTML widget title and HTML widget content. If I want to display multiple widgets, I should use fetchall. Should update it with the fetchall. Here we have an error, unexpected end of file. I just updated successfully with all these types. And only one thing that is missing is recent articles. I'll add that later. I just want to see this complete error. Unexpected end of file and line number 69. Okay, we may have some error with the closing curly braces. I am just checking it. Here to get multiple HTML widgets, use fetchall method. I am just checking this closing curly braces. Here we don't have this closing curly braces for this if block. I just added it. If we reload, this should work and we should see HTML widget. Here we are seeing this HTML widget. That's the only one widget that we have in database. I'm going to work on category page, that is block category.php. I am going to rename this as category.php and I am going to rename it through terminal, that is with the git command git mv block category.php to category.php. It's updated. Now you can see this file category.php. I am going to close this block category.php without saving and I'll open category.php. You can see the icon right after category.php that it's moved from a different file, and here I am going to include connection, header and navigation in a single PHP block. I am just replacing all this code with these copied statements. Okay, next we need a select SQL query to get the post IDs from post categories table based on the category ID. That's what we should do. First of all, for that I am going to copy a select SQL query and I'll update this based on our requirement. I am copying this from here, from sidebar page, and we don't need this code. SQL select star from post categories where CID equals to $_get ID. Result res post count This is the table structure. Based on CID, I am going to fetch the post IDs. Post categories where CID equals to anonymous placeholder. And to execute method, I am going to pass it as an array $_get ID. Okay. And this will be count. If count greater than or equals to 1, post count. Because I am going to do multiple select queries in this page, you will see. For getting category title from categories table and username, we did username on single.php username fetching, then I am going to do that. If post count greater than or equals to 1, I'll loop this block with a for each loop and display the articles by fetching articles from post table. Else we'll display an error message, no articles found. If post count greater than or equals to 1, I am going to proceed with a select SQL query, that is selecting articles from post table. I am assigning this to post IDs variable, so we can use it here in this if block. Else echo no articles found for this category, and I am going to display this category name, category.php, undefined index ID on line number 7 because I am not passing the ID, question mark ID equals to 1, page heading secondary text, no articles for this category. If it's ID 2, it's not displaying this error message, that means articles are existing for this category ID 2. I am going to fetch the articles. I am copying this select SQL query, pasting it here. Select star from post where ID equals to anonymous placeholder, and we should loop through this post IDs, post ID as post ID, and for this each loop we'll get a single record and we'll display it here. For post, we don't need this for each loop, and you can use fetch method, and for post IDs we should use fetchall method and for each loop. And I'm closing this for each loop again here. Select star from post where id equals to post id PID. That will be passed to execute method. Post SQL, here also post SQL, post result, and dollar post id PID. Post result. We don't need this row count method. I am just removing this statement. Post result, post, that's it. We'll get a single record. We'll proceed with here we don't need this for each loop. Still, anyway, I'm proceeding with this code because we'll get only single record. So we can directly echo this array. We can echo these column names from this array. I'm opening a PHP block here. Echo post title. That's a column name in our database table, post table. Post content. Single.php question mark id equals to post id for going to this single article page. Next, for image, I am going to reuse this code, pasting it here, and indenting these statements. I am going to remove this image tag, the previous image tag. If I reload this page, I should see this article, illegal string offset ID, on line number 28, it's a post ID, and here these are multiple records, so we should use a fetchall method. If I reload, this error should disappear. Okay, we have one more error, illegal string offset title, line number 40. Here also I should use fetchall, otherwise we won't. It's not required to use for each loop. If I use fetch method, if I am using fetchall, then only we should use for each loop. Next, I am going to remove all these extra blog posts, HTML blog posts. If I reload, I can click on this read more button and it will go to single article page. If I am going to ID 1, you can see this error message. Next, I am going to work on displaying this username and created or updated timestamp. For now, I am going to display the created timestamp in place of this timestamp post created. I should get the user ID, and the two things that we have to do is displaying the username and getting the category name, displaying in place of heading. Then this is a user's SQL to get a username, fname and lname. Here I am opening a PHP block, pasting this select SQL query here, indenting it, and I am going to copy the next block, that is for displaying username. This is an anchor link, complete code. I am going to replace it with this anchor link. If I reload the category page, we should see the username. Here you can see the timestamp and the username. Next, here on page heading section, I am going to update it with category, and we don't need this small text. Category and the category name fetched from database. For that, we should do a select SQL query. I am going to use this user SQL select star from users. I am going to update it with category table. PHP block select star from categories, cat SQL, cat result, and cat res. Categories where id equals to anonymous placeholder and post id is cid or $_get id. Cat result, cat SQL, cat result, $_get id. And here it will be cat res, and we should update it here also, cat result. And I am going to echo this category name in heading tag. I am opening a PHP block, echo cat res title. That's it. If I go to this category 1 or 2 pages, category.php, we should see this category name. Here is a category 2 and category 1 updated, no articles for this category. That's it. We just worked on category.php page, and it's working for all the categories. And read more, it's going to single.php. And on index.php, I haven't updated this username block. I am going to reuse this code from a category page with this anchor link. I'll paste it here in place of this anchor link. Okay, now we should see this username on index.php also. Okay, I have error with a sidebar. Username is displaying, but we have error with a sidebar. If I reload, you can see this username and sidebar issue is also fixed. I'm going to work on user pose. That is when a user clicks on user link, I'm going to utilize the same page, that is category page, and I'm going to display list of the articles by the same user in category template. For that, I am creating user post.php page, and I'm using index.php or category.php code. It's a similar, both are same. And select star from post where uid equals to anonymous placeholder, and the execute method I am going to pass array $_get id. That's it. Now we should see the post by this user after clicking on the link, and I think I have added the link user post id 1. Okay, and if we go to users table, we should have two users, user 1 and user 2. If I go to user 2, there are no posts, and what I want to do is I want to display user's name, and also if there is no user with the ID, I want to redirect to index.php. Here I am going to add a username. For that, we need to fetch the users details from users table. I am reusing this select SQL query, select star from users where ID equals to anonymous placeholder, and I am updating it as user SQL, user result, and users. Here also user result, and here it will be user. Okay, fetch, because this is only one record, it's a fetch, and I am going to check the count, result row count. If the count equals to 1, That is, if the user exists, then only I'm going to keep the user on this page. Otherwise, I'm going to redirect user to index.php. I'm going to display the username php if all this block fname or username, fname combined with lname or username. 2 1 undefined index username. Okay, I have a problem here. It's a table name should be users. I'm using post and where id. Now if I reload, I should see username Vivek, and for user 2 it's a first name and last name concatenated with space. Okay, I have fixed one thing, and here I want to add a if logic. If user id is 3, that is count less than 1, I want to redirect the user to index.php page. That is, if the user doesn't exist in our users table, user id or username. For now, I am using user id. I may change this to user id. Header location index.php. For this user id 3, if I reload the page, it should redirect to index.php. Now it's working, and I am going to click on this username id 2. Okay, here there are no posts for this user id 2. So what I am going to do is I am going to check the number of posts here. Post count equals to result row count. If the post count greater than or equal to 1, then only I am going to display this HTML block, or else I am going to display an error message in else block. That is no post for this user count. If post count greater than or equal to 1, then only all this block will be executed. That is for each loop of this post block, fetching all the posts from post table and displaying it here. Else echo, I am going to add a heading h3, no post for this user, or no articles. No articles published by this user. Okay, that's it. And I should see I have a syntax error on line number 50. It's a semicolon. I forgot to add a semicolon on line number 57. It's showing 58 on line number 58. And if I check no articles published by this user and user id 1, it's displaying these articles. So I have just worked on user post page, that is displaying articles for the users, and if I access user id 3, it's redirecting to index page. So I just added displaying users posts, and I am going to work on widgets section, that is displaying the widgets content from our widgets table. I have added a functionality to add the widgets and view the widgets in admin area. Here I am going to add a few more widgets. We have only one widget. I'm adding a search widget title as search, and a widget order. Here it's saying widget content field is required, so I am copying title and pasting it again, and the type is search. Here you can see the second widget type. Now you can see search widget in a blog frontend, and also for categories we have an error, illegal string offset title, sidebar, and here it's a categories. Select star from widget where type is categories. Okay. If I reload, this should not visible. It's not visible because I haven't added categories widget. I am going to add it now. Categories, and the type is categories. I am going to copy this title and paste it in content. If I reload, we should see this categories block. Here is the categories, and we have an error. And it's because it's a fetch all method. It should be fetch all method because these are multiple records. So that's the error. And here we have a call LG6. I am updating it as call LG12 to make it a full width on this entire block. Next I am going to add a few more widgets. Add widget, and I have a search bar categories, and I am going to add a HTML widget. New HTML widget. I guess we have already one HTML widget. I am going to add a second one, and I am adding a strong tag to display HTML. Strong text. Widget order 2. Now you can see I have two HTML widgets, and these are the two HTML widgets displaying in blog front end. Next I am going to add articles, recent articles block, and I want to add a pages block also, recent articles, and we'll display few recent articles, maybe 3 or 5. Widget order 1, recent articles. I think we don't have the code for this. I have to add an entire block for this recent articles. I am going to reuse code for this block, and I am going to paste it here before HTML widget. Select star from widget, where widget type equals to. I want to see what's the widget type I am using for recent articles. Widget type articles, and select star from posts, and limit number of posts 3 or 5. I am going to display 5 articles, limit 5, and here I am going to display only titles. If you want, you can use images also. Recent articles, and I am going to update all the variables for select star from articles. PostSQL, and post result, finally postres here. Okay, postres equals to postres as post in for each loop, single.php, then this anchor link, and post id echo post title. That's it. If I reload the page, I should see this. Recent articles, nothing is displaying. This block is visible, and I have an error, and we have error with the table name. It's a post, not the articles. It's a post, not the articles. Post table. Now you can see the recent one article, and if I have multiple articles, it will display up to 5 articles, same like the categories. Now I am going to do one more thing. I am going to add a pages block also, recent pages, and we can order by ID or published time for these pages and articles. Select star from widget, where type equals to pages, and select star from pages, limit 5, page SQL, and finally page res. I am going to update all this: page SQL, page result, and page res. Here also page result, page res equal to page result, and page res as paste. Recent pages, page res as page in for each loop. It's a page.php. I think we don't have it. I have to create it. Page.php, and page id echo page title. If I reload, and it's not recent pages, I am displaying it as pages. If I reload, we should see. And here also on add widget page, I am going to add a new radio button for pages, and the value is pages. That's it. we should create this pages widget and also an edit widget page. Okay, that's it. I am going to go to add widget page and I am going to add this pages widget to display it in front end. Type is pages widget content. If I reload, I should see this pages test update one. This is a page one. I have only one page, so it's displaying this test page. You can have about page, contact page, all those pages. We'll see that later. I have worked on displaying widgets, and if I go to pages, here there is only one record for the pages. Hello, this is Vivek. In this video I am going to work on pages. While working on last video, that is on widgets, we don't have a pages page, that is a page.php or pages.php for displaying page like the single article page. For that purpose I am going to create a new file and I will save it as page.php, and I am reusing a single.php code. Here on this page I am going to display single pages information. Select start from page where id equals to anonymous placeholder. It's a pages table, and page in user result execute method, it's a page UID. Okay, here I should update to page in all the places of posts, and for this user link also should update, but for now I'm updating all the places. In places of post I am updating it as page created, page pic, page content. That's it, and I am going to disable this comments block later. For now, if I reload the page and click on this pages link, I am on page.php, and here it's displaying all this information. Title, user, posted on, and the placeholder image. I'm going to work on pages. While working on last video, that is on widgets, we don't have a pages page, that is a page.php or pages.php for displaying page like the single article page. For that purpose I am going to create a new file and I will save it as page.php, and I am reusing a single.php code. Here on this page I am going to display single pages information. Select start from page where id equals to anonymous placeholder. It's a pages table, and page in user result execute method, it's a page UID. Okay, here I should update to page in all the places of posts, and for this user link also should update, but for now I'm updating all the places. In places of post I am updating it as page created, page pic, page content. That's it, and I am going to disable this comments block later. For now, if I reload the page and click on this pages link, I am on page.php, and here it's displaying all this information. Title, user, posted on, and the placeholder image. And this video covers only the front-end blog part, not the complete course. If you want to learn about complete course, it's around 12 hours content. Check out the link in description. Hello and welcome to the course Content Management System in PHP. In this video, I'll take you through the demo of our blog application. This is a blog homepage, and it will display all the articles and comments, read more link, posted on date, and posted by author name, and article image. All these articles will be displayed and with the formatting. For that I have added a WYSIWYG editor and pagination for these blog pages and category pages. Here you can see these are clean URLs and a category HTML, and if it's a category PHP you can see the URL and these articles. Here I am on home page. Here is a search widget, category widget, and a recent articles widget, pages widget, and HTML widget. All these widgets are dynamic widgets, and here is a page, about page, and HTML widgets and login blog. These are all dynamic widgets from backend. You can enable and disable them. Here I am on home page. and if I click on read more link, here I am on this page, and users can post comments. Only logged in users can post comments. These are the comments by admin, editor. These are different stylings, and test is a subscriber user role. Here I am logging in with the test user role. Here I am logging in as a test. Here I am logged in. Here you can see hi test, that's a username, and logged in as a subscriber, that's a user's role. Here we have 3 user roles: subscriber, editor, and administrator. We will go into that later. Here I am going to post a comment on this first article from blog index page. I'm publishing it as new comment by subscriber. After submitting, it won't be published, it will be submitted to the blog, and admin user can publish or unpublish this comment. Here I log into admin area. Here this comment is submitted, you can see the notification, and I am logging in as editor. If I submit a wrong login credentials, here I am on this page, and I'll submit the correct login credentials for editor. Here this is the editor role, and you can see the admin dashboard differences for editor and admin while I am logged in as admin. Here if I go to blog homepage, here you can see here is first name and last name concatenated, logged in as editor. This is a dashboard for editor. Editor can see the comments, but he won't have access to. This is a new comment published by subscriber for this article, and the timestamp and operations. Editor won't have access to this comment operations, he can just access the comments. And here is a WYSIWYG editor for add article, add pages. I'm going to add an article with this editor user role, article by editor. Only articles published by editor can access and edit them. Article by editor, and I am formatting it in just a bold text, selecting these 2 categories and a featured image. Editor won't be able to access admin articles or pages. Access, here this is a published, and this slug will be created from the title. If I go to blog homepage, here you can see article by editor, and this is a user published this article, that's editor, and here this user is administrator. Editor is different username and admin is different username. Here I will log in as admin so that you can see the differences for editor and admin. Subscriber only can comment by login. Okay, I'm logging in as admin. If I enter wrong login credentials, it will be redirected to admin login page. I'm using only one login page for our entire blog. Based on that, I'm enabling the user to log in. You can learn about that while going through the course. Here I'm submitting my correct login credentials. Okay, here is the correct password. I'm logged in. Here is the view categories and view articles by all the users. Here a page nation for view articles and pages. Author is Vivek, and comments. Here you can see the operations. I'm uploading this comment. If I go to blog homepage, now I should see this comment. I'm logged in as administrator. Here you can see 5 comments for this article. If I click on read more, I should see the new comment published by subscriber, submitted by subscriber. New comment by subscriber, and the username is test. That's it. And here you can see the options for administrator, only available for administrator. Administrator can view users, add users, and articles based on user roles and users. Widgets, these are the widgets in our blog. Only admin can add and edit these widgets. These are the widget types, and a site settings. This is a site title and a site tagline, results per page, and a user registration. I am going to update these 3 options. We should see the differences. Here this is a blog homepage and a tagline, and I am counting these articles. These are 5 articles. After submitting this, we should see only 4 articles, and the title also should be updated. Here you can see title and tagline updated 1, 2, 3 and 4 articles on home page, and if I go to the second page, we should see the rest of the articles. Here in this content management system, you can add users, new users, only admin can add users. Subscriber and editor only have limited access for accessing our content management system, and after login, user will know what's the role user is logged in as. Here you can see these are the clean URLs, and if we go to this article by editor, you can see the URL, it's a clean URL, automatically it's created, and you will learn about all these and category links, article links, all of this. Take action and join the course.